Test, test, test. Folks. Come on in, come on in. Thank you for coming on and clicking on, and staying on. Let me say this because I always feel it's a need to say this. When you catch this video, if you see me like this, it's normally a live. So the first couple minutes while people is coming in, I'm gonna be talking to them. I'm gonna be saying what's up to all my clickers, my big time clickers, the ones that support the page. And then probably about 2 or 3 minutes in, I'm gonna pray, and then I'm gonna get into the meat and potatoes of the content of why you even clicked on. We do this. We do it every time. So don't miss, don't delay. There we go. We got one clicker on. And if you see me, please put something in the chat. Make sure I'm looking right, cooking right. Nisha, True Life, D Griff, Megan Bonner, Morgan. I'm sorry, Morgan. Come on in the house. Come on in the house. I'm just trying to get back in front of the camera after Thanksgiving. Hope all y'all had a good Thanksgiving. Melissa Grant, thank you. Shout out to everybody that give to the page. People give to this page all the time via Patreon gifts, via PayPal gifts, via Cash Apps. That's like the three ways that people give, and also through the super chats in here. So I just appreciate that. We keep on making updates. I hope I'm looking all right with the new camera setup. Hope I'm sounding all right. It's, it's because of you guys that we're able to purchase some of this stuff and keep it moving. Kelly, a divine blessing. Them is big clickers. You see them yellow stars. That's a long time. That's a long time. Long time. Long time. Sean Shay, the first time I seen that name. Thank you for clicking on. Like I said, I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. My Thanksgiving was pretty great. Kelly, you ain't been missing nothing. I ain't been on. I probably ain't been on since maybe last Wednesday. So you right on to maybe even Tuesday, to be totally honest. I can't remember. But that's okay. This is the most wonderful time of the year. This is the time, this is my favorite time of the year. Not necessarily because of the holidays, but I love the reset that the new year causes. Bless your true life. What up, Mike? Yeah, I just love the reset of the new year, how it helps us reorient, how it helps us create new habits, and how it helps us create, the push forward. I like the reflection. I like to look back at what we've done. Yes, sir. Good to see you, Jason. So the holidays is cool, but realigning and resetting our goals. See, cause we changed. Mm, it's just the truth. This year, we changed. We're different. And so when you go through a year or two or three of change, then you got to look back. And I'm getting into the meat more than I want to get into the meat, but you got to look back and you got to reorient yourself. Oh, I'm over here now, so the North Star not that way no more. The North Star right here, and then I'm reorienting myself. Thank you for clicking on Tammy. Let's pray, Lord. We thank you for this time. We coming off of Thanksgiving. Every day is a day of Thanksgiving. When you're involved, you've been so good to us. I don't got much to say, but I know that if I get in the position, if I get in the spot, I got my light right there, my picture right there. I'm sitting in my chair. You come down and you speak through me and you speak to these people. So I'm in my place and I'm gonna be a conduit. Move me out the way. Amen. All right, good. That's good to hear, Miss Tammy. I'm gonna keep on speaking the truth as I hear it. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's like, and the energy that I get right now, and the way I've been feeling, is the enemies is reduced down to zero. The enemies is reduced down to zero. No bearing, no energy, no interest. It's just where it is. And something God said to me, He said, because of the immaturity of your enemy, it did not even take me using all of my soldiers. Mm, mm, mm. What's up, Shawan? He said, because of the immaturity of your enemy. See, and I'm going to get into this, but your enemy lacked the character and the maturity to execute and go all the way to the end. And because of that, when you dispatched out for God's help, He didn't even have to send everybody. And I seen it so clear. It was like a big army of soldiers or angels on these horses. I seen them lined up, and He said, "Only y'all go." It was about 20 or 25%. Appreciate you, True Life. Thank you for joining. Thank you for your platinum subscription. Sorry about the delivery trucks. But yeah, it was like the whole army lined up. They lined up. I see them all. But when He send them, everybody don't go. He like, I don't even. He, the power that you have, and I hope you're coming into the understanding of your power. But the power that you have is so mighty and so big that to take down what you took down, you didn't even really tap in. A lot of y'all couldn't really tap in because honestly, you didn't even know what was going on. What's up, Lady Reed? Long time no see. Big clicker with the yellow. But you did your big one not knowing. He said, I ain't have to send everybody. They don't got the character to be the big boss man. See, I've been having some insights. I've been back on my book grind, so I'm soaking in a lot of information. It's called flooding. Okay, sometimes when you want to learn a lot uh, about a particular topic, then you flood your system with it. Bunch of books, bunch of videos. What's up, Star Goddess? And one thing that I've been learning is that success is not always based on talent. It's not always based on beauty. I just heard that some people thought they could step on you. They thought they was more beautiful than you. And so they put that above you. I don't know who that's for. But for some of y'all, this situation was an image thing. They thought they were more beautiful than you so they could step on you. That's an attribute. That's a talent. That's something for others of you, people thought they were in a better financial situation than you so they could step on you. That's a talent. That's a talent. But the message I want to get you to understand today is that real success is based on character. See what happens when the talented basketball player who just blessed with all the God-given talent, who's who had a ball in his hand since he was 2 or 3 years old, come up against not the one that's not so talented but got the character of a lion heart. We've seen it time and time again where you see people that are talented, they got beauty, they can sing. Hopefully I'm not stuck. Uh-oh. They do all of these things pretty well, but they like the character. So they can't do anything substantial in this world because they don't got the character for it. See, that was the thing, man. When they came up against the Big Boss Man Collective, they came up against Character. See, I don't litter. That's character. I know that sounds small, but you see your character in the little things. If a piece of paper drop out of my pocket as I'm walking down the street, I stop. I turn around, I pick it up, and I find a trash can. That's ingrained in me. I'm just giving a small example. That's character. That don't got nothing to do with my talents. Don't take talent to do that. But that same character that made me pick that paper up and throw it away will make me show up in a different place as a real one. The character of truth. You're gonna win. And what these people lacked is character. It, it can't character can't be seen. You actually may look at somebody. I'm going back to my basketball players. He don't got the crossovers. He don't have the moves. He don't got the finesse, but he's a dog. So when y'all get into a game together, you're going to see the character be revealed. And I said this before. People didn't see you until they had to fight you. Yeah, I'm gonna rephrase that. People didn't see you until they tried to fight you. Up until then, they just saw your talents. They just saw your stuff. And depending on where you are in life, see, because this, oh my God, I got so much in here. Because where you are in life may not be in proportion to your vision. And so where they saw you in a place that your character was ahead of. Help me, God. Please help me. Yeah, you might see me over here, but my character bigger than that. And this is what happens. You see it all the time. You have one person who had everything, had the silver spoon. They was given everything. Boom, 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 boom. They never developed the character traits of a hustler. They never developed the character traits of when they get cold and lonely and it's dark. And so what you'll see is somebody who has less past them. They didn't pass them because they necessarily did more. They didn't pass them, but they didn't have the character trait. They didn't have the character traits to push further than where they were. And this is where your enemy messed up. Your enemy messed up by thinking we can just we can just fight with talents and stuff. God said, "Nah, you don't understand. This is my this is my son who I'm well pleased with." See, that's where character come from. Character come from the Father. Help me in this place. Character come from the Father. See, your mother teach you how to care for people, but your father teach you how to care for yourself. Somebody gonna get that later. And he said, I know what you're thinking, but this is my chosen one. And because he's chosen to do certain things, I already gave him the character stuff in his formative years. In her formative, they already got the character. Don't worry about what she got on. Don't worry about that she homeless. Don't worry about that you called her as a drunk alcoholic. Don't worry about her as you called her as a dopehead. Don't worry about that. You're looking at the wrong thing. What about her character? What about the fact that even as a fiend, she didn't steal. Even as a head, she didn't sell her body. Hmm? They got us messed up, yo. And the book that kind of gave, that was showing me this, it didn't show me like this, of course. It said it somewhere else in business, but I heard it for us. But one of the analogies said that there is a direct correlation between income and the tenure of your preschool teacher. Okay. They said that kids who have a preschool teacher that is relatively new to teaching tend to make less in the end. They showed a graph, they did a study 10, 15, 20 years, 25, 30 years of these students. And they said that older teachers who had longer tenure, the students tended to make more income later in life because that 0 to 4 year, that 0 to 7 year period is your formative character years. You don't know how to do math. You don't know how to read and write. You don't know how to trace, but you know how to say, you know what, Miss So and so taught me how to say I'm sorry. Miss So and so taught me how to apologize. My mama and them said even when I was 4, they said, we don't do that. This is how we live. And so when you in a battle as a 30, 40, 50, 60, 70-year-old person, guess what come out? Well, Miss So-and-so said, oh, I'm supposed to apologize, even if I ain't wrong. Come on. I help I'm hard. Because this, I'm let me put this line in the sand right here. A lot of y'all ain't gonna be watching me next year. Okay? A lot of y'all ain't gonna be watching me next year. And I'm sad about that. Because we're transcending. And just like when you transcend, people in your life can't go, as we transcend, people on this page can't go. Because we got a lot of people on this page that's addicted to their trauma. And so as I'm teaching you and I'm coaching you on how to be healed, restored, set free, rejuvenated, and be on your path, some of people is so addicted to their trauma that they cannot receive from me. And I'm okay with that. I'm on a mission. This is work. I lock in and I click in. You can't move on because you actually addicted to the thrill of the battle. And what we're trying to build, because see, here's the thing. Yeah, your 0 to 4, 0 to 7 is your formative character trait years, but you can make character adjustments. You don't just leave it up to chance. That's why that's you don't just leave it up to chance. And so as we're going forward, we're making character adjustments. That's right, True Life. I was when I was a kid, I always talk about, music, and I always wanted to be a percussionist. And when I was a kid, I had made my high school drum line. I wanted to be on the drum line all my life. So I made the high school drum line, made it. Okay. And before, we were going to have a percussion camp where you kind of come in and you get prepared before the band comes in. And the instructor sends a letter home. He sent a letter home. He write out, hey, this is gonna be one of the hardest summers of your kid life. They're gonna be coming home. They're gonna be crying. They're gonna be hot. They're gonna be. This is their diet. He spelled out what we should be eating. They're gonna be sore. This is the clothes that they're gonna wear. These clothes might get dirty. I don't even care. I mean, spelled it out. And he said, the first week or so, there will be no drums. I said, man, all I want to do is get in here and do my thing. Boo, 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 boo. I done made this drum line. The first 2 or 3 weeks is no drums. No drums. Just bring the drum carrier that you carry the drum on and some sticks. And meet me at the football field. And you know what this dude did for 2 weeks? He taught us the character of being the best. What type of attitude you supposed to have when you got the drum on? What you supposed to think about psychologically when you got the drum on? What you supposed to think about? In that year, we been ended up being the best drum line in this area. The talent didn't matter. It was the fact that if you took this drum off, I'm still a dog in my heart. And that's what the people didn't understand. They was looking for your talent. They was looking for your stuff, not knowing that it's the dog in me. That I ain't gonna never give up, that you're not gonna defeat me, that you're not gonna beat me. I hate that you had to learn this about me the hard way. I gotta go. But let me give you this before I go. My computer about to die. This is about character. And do you have the character to withstand the fight? Now, this is my message for you as you go forward. This is my message for you as you go forward. As we go into 2024, and I'm going to continue to harp on this, the question is, what's the character traits of who I want to be, y'all? What's the character traits of who I want to be in this next season, man? I don't need no more books on. I don't need no more how tos, because if you don't got the you don't if you don't have the character of resilience, then when you bump into hurdles, when you follow the how tos, you won't keep on trying. We got to be extremely clear about the character of the guy and the gal that we supposed to be, or we trying to be. And a lot of that comes from consulting God. Y'all ain't even consulting God. You got to consult God. What's the character traits of this type of believer? What's the character traits of the person that makes this? What's the character traits of this type of father? What's the character traits of this type of wife? You don't need to do more work. You need to establish the character, because this is what these people don't got. This is the difference maker. See, if they had real character, if they had real maturity, some of these people would have actually took you on out. Mm, mm. If they really had the character that you had with their same efforts, they might have took you out. Now, that's God's will, but that's for somebody. The power is in the character. Okay. I thank y'all for clicking on and staying on. Y'all know how to give to the page. It's down in the bottom. I am still doing one-on-ones. But I'm turning up the content. Y'all will see. I ain't even gonna tell you. You're just gonna see you on the page where you're gonna see how I'm turning it up and taking it up a notch for the 2024. So just keep watching. Peace.